biased. And what? Usually people on the desk always have a favorite team they want to win. So what? Who cares?
Sugetsu.
What is he doing?
Enzo. Artist.
What the heck?
Alpha Air.
He's in shorts? Oh, I thought it had to be pants too. Guess not. They're all in shorts.
Booster.
What's he got in his pants? He's got a dump truck?
Chow. Dakar.
What is it? How did it pronounce that?
Zyphon. Mystic.
5 people in the crowd? Nah.
Doom Bros.
Doom Bros. Mini. Type 2 in chat if you think my head looks like Durka's head. Okay, there's not as many 2s as I thought there would be, so we're safe.
The
okay,
greatest EMEA rivalry comes down to this. The winner will be moving on to the lower bracket final, and the loser will be eliminated from Masters Copenhagen. I don't know what Boaster is packing there, guys, today, but maybe the twerks are going to come out.
1 year, too afraid to shave it? True. I'm afraid if I shave it, it's never coming back.
The man's got the dumpy and he's back.
That's actually, you're not wrong.
Absolutely.
I gotta pee before this game starts, so.
I will say
Probably
that
gotta pee
between these
shortly
teams,
here.
again, they know each other so well. I don't think there's any other teams out there that knows FPX better than FNATIC or FNATIC better than FPX.
The only difference maker I have here is how many times have we seen FNATIC on a LAN environment? How many times have they jumped on? Outside of Alpha here, for example, they know this better than anyone. Outside of the crowd, maybe, there's no other variables for them to take on. Whereas for FPX, they've missed LAN after LAN after LAN, and now they're here. This is the difference maker in my mind. Who steps up to the plate?
Hey, Hiko, Jing took your LAN emote?
What
do you mean your LAN
emote? They
emote?
would have played these lands due to other circumstances, but now they're finally here. It
What
is
do you
that
mean by
head-to-head
this?
battle. And honestly,
We got
I
a
think
copyright
these two
coming?
teams might bring out the best in each other. We may have seen shaky moments in the past over the course of this tournament, but I think a lot of that can be pinned down to them playing against
WTF
unfamiliar
dies of
regions.
cringe.
And now
What's
that
in
both
his
teams
pants?
are facing that familiar opponent of FNATIC
A
and
dump
FPX,
truck.
vice versa. Like we said, I mean, we've been hammering it home the entire time. It's a battle we've
Wenzo?
seen so many times before. And honestly, if it goes by our expectations, our metrics,
I have a
Mitch and
LAN
Tom are not going
emote?
to be leaving
I
here.
don't
for such stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's the interesting thing, right? In the past, every time
Hiko
we've seen
LAN?
these two teams, they've played Icebox. They
Sure.
played Ascent, and it goes to the third map because it's so heavily favored onto
Hiko
one
LAN
team.
emote. What do
But
you
we're
mean?
getting to split here, and as you guys know, they like to go to overtime
Look
here,
at
and
Jinx
they never
Instagram.
really, maybe outside of that
I don't know
13-0.
about that one,
we
mate.
did have
I was going to say, there was a
13-0
13-0. We have to put that blip
but
on the radar.
I
it's
don't-
a real middle ground, Jeff.
I don't.
I
Just,
don't
what
know
do you
where
mean?
to put my stakes. in
Explain
this. If I was a
Dan's
stakeholder, you
game.
wouldn't even know where to put your money on this because you just don't know. The map veto went differently to how we expected a little bit. We didn't expect the picks to sort of go this way. We don't know what Althea stands on the stage of this crowd. FPX
All right.
has never been on a stage.
Who do we want to win
in
here,
the
chat?
LAN environment for
FPX
Valorant. I think
or
there's just so many
FNATIC?
question marks. I have to
Boaster
see how everyone
or
performs in the first half.
Ainge
I'll
one?
even give them the first map to see how that
Durka
shapes out.
or
We're into the
Artist?
Prime Gaming Agent select here. Again, we haven't seen either of these
don't
teams
know.
play in this tournament yet.
Don't know.
Bren, are you expecting changes?
We'll have to
at all?
wait and see.
I think that they'll probably play familiar stuff, honestly.
Yeah.
It's time for preparation for FPX, FNATIC as well, just coming into this one. They've had some
All
very
right,
close
perfect time to go
matches,
pee, I
but
think.
I'm imagining both teams don't switch it up too much. They're probably going to be playing what's expected of them.
I'm sick of Boaster's antics. Come on, have some
Is that-
fun.
No,
chat.
well, I
Let's
thought
not
it
be
was
sticking
2
them up.
KOs being locked in there.
Oh,
We're going to be like,
Dude,
you
FPX
can't,
breaking the game.
you
Yeah,
can't
they're like-
play 2 KOs, FPX.
Do
That
you
is
think they're
not
fighting
fair.
for the KO right now? They're like sitting there, they're like, I want the KO. No,
I
give
mean,
me
if
the KO.
Sogetsu is playing the KO over Artist, my mind is going to be blown.
I
Why?
think that would be outrageous.
Yeah.
There will be a sentinel of some kind. We can almost guarantee that. And We'll find out exactly what that will be. And that's my big question mark, actually. Sugetsu's back in the roster. Obviously, we said before, we alluded to the fact he has not been here. We haven't seen split from either of these teams. Is it time for a change? Are the predictabilities of his Cypher plays on this map an opportunity for them to go somewhere else, do something else?
I assume we're going to reload the agent select here. Okay, maybe we're not going to reload it, but I feel like on the side of FNATIC, as we saw, no changes, because at this point, why would they Bren? But I want to know what Sugetsu is playing.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a bit of a difference maker. They've been swapping around his roles on other maps as well. I know on the Fracture gameplay, they've been putting him back on the Viper as opposed to the Sage, but this is a different ball game once again. We haven't seen these two teams play this map, Split in particular, what we're going into, since they faced off against each other in the regionals. So, I mean, I have, honestly, my mentality coming in, head empty. I want to just get into the action.
I want to get into the action as well, and it's time to send this over to your casters, Tom and not Benkai.
Sorry to disappoint. Yeah, not going to be Benkai this time.
I don't trust him at this point.
I might jump up in the shadows, man. I'm a little bit scared for you. How you doing, man? That seemed to be a rough ordeal.
The risks are all right. Like, obviously, I got rid of some of the other stuff. Like, it was a dark hole that he put me in.
Wow.
I managed to escape, thankfully, and made it here for the cast. And we're going into my favorite map, Mitch. So we're kicking it off with a bang.
Yeah, we might not get to see too much Split in the future, but right here we're kicking it off. FNATIC and FPX. Barriers about to go up, and it's FNATIC to mount the defense on this map. Starting it out, FPX a little bit of mid control, but it's going to be slow and steady. Nothing too
Oh my god, I'm missing it. Oh my
god.
god.
Clear control, and FNATIC seem content to give up this space.
I'm here. Sorry. Focus, chat. Focus. We're going fast. So un-European of them.
They've got to watch out for Zipan, and the swing from Artist already going to get them the opener. A decent start from FPX, and now they look to slow things down.
The map no longer in ranked. Split.
With the KO knife to start with. Now looking at the A site, and a completely isolated Durka stands wide open, ready for one and a TP out to security. He's just recovered the disadvantage they were playing with, and well, there's a lot of players coming through the vents, but they found Durka in spawn.
They're running random.
I guess this position, it's a nasty little crossfire, but they managed to
both those
overwhelm.
guys
2
left.
kills back for FNATIC. Zhao needs to get something done here. The P-Cal gets one with the right.
Evens it up, 2v2. I think they know where both of them are in, alright? You saw the guy spawn, he knows Xiao has to just randomly getting spam kills. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dominated.
Back and forth all the way through. The pistol round is already.
Sorry, I didn't see. I think most people said FNATIC. Do we want FPX or FNATIC to win? I'm honestly indifferent. Both European teams. I guess maybe Angel. Maybe I want FPX to win at the end of the day.
We've had that conversation about Yay. We obviously got the Paper X boys putting themselves right at the top of the list of best players in the world, but I think Artist is starting to sneak in.
Boaster for the win. You gotta support fellow boomers. That's true. So by that logic, we want FPX to win then. It would be a good. It would be a good storyline. FNATIC beat FPX to put them to lowers, and then FPX comes back and beats FNATIC to eliminate them. It'd be good.
Too much damage going FNATIC's way. This should be a pretty clean one coming out of the attack. Breaking through those choke points always difficult. Up against those pistols.
The question I have is who's better, Durka or Artist? They're both like pretty similar in the way they play.
This 4-man flank could be massive.
Zipan's watching for it, but how many does he get? Is that the real question?
Oh, we saw it. It's a big nade. Big nade.
The rest of the team should just be pushing through.
Such good movement.
He's managed to escape. Reacrossing around the corner with Boaster.
Almost such good movement. Almost got far away there.
The fact is, though, they have lost the sight. And with weaker weaponry, getting back in here is going to be really tough.
It's true, right? But in a round like this, you're going to look at it as damage. Get as many kills as you can and make this costly for FPX. And already they've lost their one player. Angel floating around with a classic.
Durka could be the best player in the world.
Grabbing a replacement off.
You could be the best player in the world too. We'd never know.
One more player. Good connection by Artist to start.
By that logic, at least.
Getting out from these positions with the foothold FPX have. I think Exa kills is probably your best case scenario.
Yeah, try and make this one costly. Try and reduce the amount of weaponry that's there. Artist
now you live, Artist. Don't die.
Back from this one. I do believe Angel currently doesn't even have a gun, so it might be worth just.
I'm the best player? Okay.
Do
you think so?
Burn up that ult a little bit earlier. They're not really going to be anything, and the likelihood is probably just going to go down to the spike.
Yeah, not going to give them anything extra to work with. Very well handled by FPX. They were cautious of all the little traps.
Why is Split not in comp? They took Split out and added Pearl. So after this tournament, all the LCQs, all like the final. I think split will be in until champions, which is what, in a couple months, maybe 1 month after this tournament's over, and then Pearl, and then so yeah, Pearl's in champions and split's gone. So until champions, split's in, and then once champion starts, split's out, Pearl's in until indefinitely.
A little bit of a leg up. Those rifles could deal some damage. In the same old mid fight, we're going to see this plenty of times coming through. The same knife.
Well, can't both be played?
I mean,
they just said they had 7-map pool. 7 is the magic number for comp. For pro play. It makes the most sense in terms of V-Days. Pretty typical half so far. FPX went mid last round. They went mid this round too.
FPX are in a fantastic
they like to end A a lot, it seems. Like all 3 rounds, FPX has ended A so far. Oh. Can't believe he only got 1.
I mean, you got to take that shot right away, but okay. You maybe don't need that push out of Sagetsu. That was crazy, but even still, FNATIC 2 rifles in this one. Low HP left on.
That could have been a toss. They just insta-saving? That's 2v3, I guess.
This mid play out of FBX is
such a European save.
I mean, we're just seeing
smart, but so European.
In the pistol in this one here, where you have right at the
should have synced up comp and pro player map rotation. It doesn't work like that though. Doesn't like really make sense either. Because I mean, I agree, it does kind of suck that we're watching split and you can't even play split in ranked anymore, and nobody really cares about split. I think the matches are still good. Like split's an interesting map to watch, but it does kind of suck that you're watching like new tactics and people are still playing it, and you're like, well, I don't have to play that anymore, so who cares?
And the weaponry in this round for FNATIC, it's not going to be pretty. It looks
Hiko,
like
I care. I think a lot of people like split. I think a lot of people are.
Hey, look,
I'm not going to say most, but I think a lot of people miss split.
So many positions that you can play that, Judge, but in particular, your B Heaven, it's been the favorite of most players, and I think with the pressure.
I don't think split games are boring. I kind of like watching split. I mean, a lot of it is kind of the same. Just like, especially the European teams just fight mid every round. Like, here it comes again. 4th round in the game, FPX probably looking to fight mid, hold A and B, wherever they get kills, they end. It's just kind of the default split way. Angel might know. Oh, that's a good molly. Oh, that's a really good. That's a really good molly.
I don't know how he's gotten out of that in such a good spot.
Oh, they walked into the judge though, but again, the trading from FPX is just solid. They're not letting anyone on FNATIC get away with these multi-kills. If he wins this battle, it could be huge though.
Dirk is too fast for you, Angel. Trust me, I'm 32 as well. I know. You can't swing a 16-year-old or 18-year-old or whatever. You're not going to win that.
Well, they don't.
That's exactly it, right? They've given up so much. They've tried to skirmish across the map, and now the recovery, it should be very difficult. You've just heard that judge on Enzo. He's moving forward and recovering a weapon, and Zipan couldn't punish him in time.
Oh, this is a big lurk. Oh, it's such a big lurk. Oh, but Enzo knows.
Giving up Heaven for a moment, but Enzo holds it. He's ready for Zipan. Nicely done. This main push now. And they have so many angles to worry about.
I'm actually so surprised FPX just did that, because they have 2 guys in B main. If the guys B main would have went out, the Raze would have killed the guy hell. But like, I guess the 2 guys B main just die. The 10-second walkouts.
Yeah, an impressive one. And Boaster even threw out that last smoke. It was the last bit that they had to work with, but it was enough. You know,
is split in the LCQ? Yeah. Pearl doesn't come out until Champions. Nothing before. LCQ, nothing. Champions is the first time we'll see Pearl, to my knowledge.
Rifles should be coming out here. It's where it can happen.
I like the fact that they pressure Angel's luck, though. Because in the last couple of rounds, they're able to sort of swing late through and towards that A site because of the positioning that he held. Instead, FNATIC this time read it well, pressure him, and then can gamble back on the other side of the map because they've spotted
going mid again? Same default run? Here we go.
Look at FNATIC this time, Tom. Again, 3 players on A. The aggression not going to be coming through. The mid.
This round they're doing it a little slower, though. They're trying to change the pace. They waited to see if they pushed, and now they're walking out mid. All right. FPX has mid control.
But again,
FNATIC's
FPX will
answer
look for that
is
mid
probably going to
control.
be to
They've
push
had so much
A
success with it. Why would they change?
or
This is
not.
the first time though where they don't get a kill.
I guess they have B
pressuring
main
this area of
control.
the map.
I don't need to push A.
Maybe they go right back into Durka's waiting arms.
The second this guy sees people,
Patiently waiting, no command used, but he's actually
they're gonna
try
rotate
and
off
play
A
in
like
the
this.
poison orb, which
Oh,
has
this is
been
so
put down
good.
from the other side of the map.
Aw.
It's again
Do you
an
let the
incredible
first guy
trade
pass
out from
there?
FPX, just putting them back into a solid position, rotation through, and Angel's still here, just playing around their own utility, finding Boaster in that corner,
Nice.
and leaving just 2 players standing for FNATIC.
You can actually like
well.
understand the logic of
the
like the rotations and the way that these teams think, because it's so slow.
I hate to say it, but they're looking at another save. This is a 2v5 retake.
Very
Just not gonna
methodical
happen for
teams,
you.
I feel like,
And they're
both of
right
these
out of the
teams.
site, looking to go to the other side of the map, but FPX
So you can
will
like,
as well.
I feel like if you're
Look
trying
at
to
this
learn how to
net
like
they're
play the
pushing
game
out,
like
they're
in a
making
slow
sure that there's
defaulty
no
way,
angle that FNATIC can extend on past the A site.
watching
And
team,
with plenty of
watching
time left
a
on the
lot of
clock,
like the
I
top
think they're gonna
European
try to
teams,
crunch in and
they're
take
usually
this well.
pretty slow, and they make a lot of mid-round adjustments, and they like the way they move around the map and like retake map control usually is really good.
Losing these extra weapons could leave FNATIC with very little into the next round. Alpha already going to spot them slowly making their way through. He's trying to delay. Mystic will fall. They have done well to at least reduce the weaponry a little bit, and for the side of FPX, it's not really
I think
that
double
much of an
controller
issue.
helps an
And
attacker
in fact,
defense
they get
more
rid
here.
of
Oh,
both
they
players.
killed them all.
FPX
That's
looking
oh,
strong
that's so
in
bad.
this first half, and FNATIC, well, they might need to take a moment.
Yeah, that's been a beautiful punish. And FNATIC, again, as we said,
I like
had
watching
shifted
slow
up their
teams. The
setup.
fast
They
games are
found
fun.
light
No,
around
yeah.
mid, and Angel, a player that we
I mean, it gets,
talked about
if you're
for
not really
so
like,
long when
if
it
you're
came
only
to split,
watching
he'd love to go in events.
to
That was
just
his
watch
one
big
round
flashy
every
plays,
round.
I understand
Seeing
why
him
you probably
cross
think
in, take that
the
control,
European
and
style
then
is
they
more
move
boring
from there.
than,
But that building
you know, like
block of the
PRX
round
where they're playing
shifted up this
super
time. You know,
gas
you can
pedal,
sense
like
that lack of
full
mid-presence, that change.
speed,
So
full
he takes the
W,
risk of
crazy
working in
insane
through, and
flicks
that's
and
something that we've
fast
seen now 2
attacks.
rounds from FPX,
Then
where they're
here
able
it's
to
just
get
like a
man
whole
behind
different
any
game
lines
almost, it
and
seems like,
get
right?
a little bit of a jump
I understand it,
towards
but
that heaven battle.
if you can understand the way that
The one
the
saving
European
grace
teams
for
play
FNATIC,
and you can like
I'm
understand
looking at
why
that
they're
top.
doing it, then I
Like,
think
Boaster is
that
gonna
it'll
invest
make
into a rifle, still have some pieces of utility to play with.
smarter
They
in the
also
game.
have the Nightfall available if they decide to use it. But I feel like so
Like
far
you
at
understand
least,
why they're
the thing that
rotating,
FPX have
why
done
they're not
incredibly
pushing,
well is any
what
aggressive
they're
plays
doing.
excusing
I feel like
the one
you're
round that they
doing
lost.
good
They've
to
been able
understand
trade
the
it out
game, you know?
1-for-1. It's just, that's been it.
Probably in the
That's
minority,
thing,
but
the setup
FPX
in
my
the
favorite
prior
team to
round
watch.
actually wasn't
That's
bad
fair.
with Durka hiding within that poison orb that was being activated from the other side of the map because they read the
What are you
ults.
eating for
But
lunch?
FPX are just so
Probably
quick
won't eat
to
lunch today.
respond that Durka
By the
couldn't
time
even
I'm
take
done
me out
streaming,
of
it's
it.
trying to be
Well,
like
obviously he couldn't. He was hit by the null command, but it
4
was
or
a
5
risk.
o'clock, so
And
it's
because
just
of
dinner
that
time.
FPX, they were able to just trade effectively,
No
keep those
cap.
fundamentals strong, and that's why they're 4-1 in the lead.
Yeah, how many times do we see teams just not able to close out those duels, those 2v1s? They've been impressive so far. It's hard on the attack, but for FPX, it's looking easy. 4 rounds already built up, the foundation's set. They can feel pretty comfortable coming into the next couple of rounds. They have felt pretty comfortable so far, and again, that knife connects towards the fence. You lose your tour de force, but
About to order some
the attacking
Chipotle?
side has
Nice.
lost their Viper.
This is bad for FPX.
Maybe the damage was done
Dude,
by
it's funny, just Angel just entries and doesn't care.
so clean with the headshot.
At least they have
Now
double
they even
controller,
have
but
themselves the ult for the afterblock, try and get them into that position.
wait, he
It might
missed
even just
he
be
missed the
bait,
ult.
though. They have pulled
Wait,
Elvia
he
aggressively
missed the
again,
ult.
and once more, he's
Wait, he
been
didn't
caught.
try to kill the ult.
Unbelievable. It's lockdown coming into play, keeps Boaster back, but he's got a firing squad
Wait.
with him. Doesn't need it, 2 quick kills, and the numbers are in the defender's favor. Sagetsu heavily lit up after that earlier fight. He's not
Okay, I
even
mean, I
gonna
guess
go near
that's
the
fair.
site. Keeping himself a little further back at Cosmic Divide lets him get nice and close.
Oh,
They're,
the
they
timing.
were ready for the push. They turned
he
just
even
in
gets
time,
one.
but he still got one. It
1v2?
might be enough for Xiao to pull off this clutch. He's been phenomenal thus far, and he's avoided any reveal. Only 2 players to
Alright.
pick off here.
Enzo just cleared ramp, so they know he has to be in sight. I don't know where the arrow went, or like the fade arrow,
He's had so
but
many
the only
moments
place he
throughout
could
this
either,
tournament.
the only place he could be is
Sat back
deep
in
A
the corner,
main,
you can
hell
see
or
the
sight.
utility being thrown
Looks
out
like
by
Boaster has
FNATIC
an
as he
idea.
waits patiently
Yeah.
for the cross, but it's Boaster once
Good
again.
awareness.
A 3rd kill for him in this round.
Very
the
good
2nd
awareness.
on the board for FNATIC, and at the moment it seems the IGL is leading the way.
Yeah, he's been having a great game so far and a fantastic sign. Yeah, I was looking down at the huddle
350.
before the game started, and over on the FPX side, things were
The crowd is showing no interest.
cracking a
You would
couple of
think
jokes
that
as
this would
well.
be a
No,
game
same
that
old, same
the
old.
crowd would
Where
show
were you
interest
looking
for,
when
because
it
at
came
least
to
it's
the
like,
FNATIC huddle? Was there any
you know,
particular player or maybe
the-
a region of of that player.
there's
that you
two
were staring at?
European teams
Well, listen,
playing
Coach
each other
Pillow was
in a
going
European
on.
country
Plan is thick.
with a European crowd.
Good in the game on the
with some
server,
big
6
European
to 3
personalities,
4 rounds on the board for
you know, you would
FPX,
expect
2
it to
for
be,
Fnatic. I mean,
this would be the hype
reality is,
game for
this
the
attack side has
crowd,
been
for
great,
sure.
And I don't think they've
But
really shown us that they've solved
what do
it
I
on
know?
the Fnatic side just yet. There's
What do I
Viper's
know?
Pit online though. You can see Mystic holding it, ready to pop this out on middle, and maybe that's the solution to the mid control that's evaded them for so long.
It's only going to lock out one side though. Now this does mean that they can sort of stack up a little bit more
crowd.
control.
They're just not
towards that
exciting
bench. You can
teams.
see the aggressive push
Yeah, but
coming
if you're
through.
like
They've
a,
also got the trap
if
there
you're a
with the
Valorant
waiting.
nerd and you really like watching the game and understanding, I'm telling you, these are like, it's a whole different pace, but they're not bad games to watch.
A Viper's Pit out of Angel, and
It'll
he's
go a
the
long
only
way for
man
you. I told you,
there,
I just
ready
said,
to
it'll go a
control
long way for
these
you,
defenders, while the rest of
for
the
you to
team slips in
understand
through the vents.
Valorant at a high level,
Seems to be
to
aware
understand the way
still
European
with
teams
Nate in
play.
his back pocket.
Not saying it works, not saying there's not, you know, they're the greatest teams in the world, but, you know, all good. I'm trying to, like,
Pit, great day down. It's pushed them back. It's not
for
gonna
the
find
attacking
damage.
Viper ult
But
here,
he's gonna get a response
kinda
out,
weird.
and Alphair shut him down. A great kill, canceling
and he just
out
runs
the
through it.
Viper's
Angel just
Pit.
alone.
Enzo
Oh,
goes
man.
huge with
Oh,
3.
man.
He just can't be stopped until Xiao steps up, but he's left
Oh,
alone.
man.
And Fnatic have 3 players left to stop him.
Audio?
From
That wasn't me. That was the stream.
This is a near impossible clutch.
Yeah, and it's whether he even wants to go for it. The time ticking away, and he would still have to get past Durka if he was going to make that run towards the B site. It does seem like he's going to start that move,
He's
but
dead.
Durka is ready and waiting.
Oh,
It
he
is a missed
whiffed.
shot though, but the time is so far against Xiao that he
Smart
almost
of Durka
needs
to fall
kill this
back.
man off. Even just going for the plant would be far too much of a risk. It is a nice shot to at least make things a little bit more costly.
That was a 1v1
but
and that
ultimately,
Viper just did
Enzo
that?
had already
Oh
done
my
more than
gosh.
enough.
You saw that moment of hesitation out of Durka. He took out the headhunter and thought, I know I hit this shot. But in the back, in the team speak, I imagine everyone's like, just run! There's 9 seconds! Made the right call in the end, and a great shutdown by Alphair. You know,
Yeah,
if
it's 2v1, I
managed
saw.
to get that showstopper fired off, it could have been a disaster. Brenzo behind the wall. There you go. The no time calls. Beautiful. 4-3
Pause?
FPX
Yeah.
with a timeout. Like I said, though, the foundation they've built in this half.
Keep
has-
going for
it will
trade
stand
moments.
to them. If
I mean, that's
for
just the
these
European
shaky rounds,
style.
can
They
make
play
a few
slow,
mistakes
they play for
and they'll bounce
trades.
right back into it.
They try to
Problem
steal
with
map
them in this
control,
round is that their
and then
economy has
if
been
everything
shattered
goes
by
wrong, they
the
execute
platform.
at 15
They're
seconds
facing
left
Hiko, probably an
and pray they can
equalization
get through the
out of
choke, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. Like normally when
I
we
thought
talk
teams
about
don't use
this map,
TeamSpeak.
we really lean
They
into
might
that defensive
have
side.
changed it for the
With them,
stage, I'm
you're
not
getting
sure.
4 or 5 rounds, that can sometimes be enough. For FPX, a lot of the time, they really flourish when it comes to their attacker side, and sometimes it's the defense that lets them down. So I don't think they're going to be happy coming out of this half without 6.
What's the
especially with way
American
they
way to
kick things
play?
off, especially with some of these
America
rounds
tries to
being so
play
desperately close and coming down to big
a little bit
plays
of
or
everything.
timing, and especially with the fact that they started off
Europe
so
seems like they're
strongly
really
as
good at
well.
playing slow and methodical.
Fnatic, they're definitely gonna
NA
have
seems
their
like
work cut out
they're
here because
kind of
I'm
like
sure they wanna put up a really
jack of all
heavy
trades, like
defensive
master of none, even though Optic won playing super aggressively, but then also could fall back and play passive. And PRX is like full gas pedal the entire time. A lot of the regions like APAC, SEA, a lot of them play very fast. Like Japan played really fast, really crazy. Korea, DRX is sometimes fast. They slowed it down this tournament.
Not a whole lot to write home about in terms of ults or anything like
Where's
that.
Ascend?
It's hard to imagine a lot of success goes their way. But on the attack, if they
I
get
think they
close to
made
the
like
distance,
roster changes, and I think they just made it fell off. I don't know.
No surprise there. In fact, Durka looking to actually stick around.
It's a good TP.
After realizing the economy, probably that was the time to go. They also still
Same
have
kind of
this
thing that happened to
push to get
Sentinels, I
towards them,
think.
and it seems like maybe
Win a
slight
tournament,
pace
make a
change
roster
here.
move, and then
Artis is going to try and
I don't
break
know.
that little bit closer, and they have
They're
got
just
quite a
gone.
bit of map control here for free. For the swing back in, it's not quite gone
Ooh.
right for Mystic. Trade out, and
Ooh.
actually Zipan's found another.
good jump jiggle, good nade, push him back,
Nade's
gets the
gonna force him back
line.
completely. A plan to come down unless he got some god tier timing, and that leaves FPX with the weaker weapons on the site, able to hold their angles, and it's only really Angel that's got any sort of disadvantage here. Out goes the Nightfall, and it's going to catch 2. They know that there's one towards main, but they've still got to deal with him. It's Zipan, rifle in hand.
We have
The sound cues for his teammates and the shots
Ooh.
landing. It's Zipan falling. Alphair closing in. Good control over B main. They need someone
he
on
saw him
FPX to
spawn
step
there.
it up here
Oh,
and
they
now.
have!
And they get both.
oh,
Unbelievable.
what a thrifty!
He's just answered
What a
back. It looked
thrifty!
like everything was falling apart.
That was such a strong hold from them, especially after you lose that initial player. It's that re-aggression
Marry me,
coming in with
Boaster.
the pistol. Saigetsu has been having a game and a
fair
half
enough,
so
dude.
far. And
Whatever
FNATIC,
floats your boat.
it's just been, I want to call blips, but
Whatever
a
floats
lot of
your
these
boat.
sort of aggressive pushes where the pace is picked up, they just get caught out. Boaster stuck on a nade as well. Zipan with that double entry. He's someone we've highlighted in the majority of games that I don't think we've seen even close to his peak. If he can come online alongside the likes of Saigetsu, who's absolutely killing it, FPX might finally be able to break that curse.
You almost get a glimpse of what we were expecting to see.
Both teams got
Durka
Bethesda
last
this half?
event.
Yeah,
If
they
he
do.
actually got to play. Saigetsu on the sidelines was
I
hungry.
mean,
and now he's back on
people
that
have thought
roster
for a
ready to
very,
play.
very long
And
time
well,
that this map is
he has just
super
looked phenomenal
defense
on
sided.
practically every map that he stepped onto.
And so
5 to 8
FPX having
their
5 on
attack,
attack
and already
already,
had that little bit of
building pretty well.
tussling towards
It also
B-main.
does seem, I feel like
Trying to
most of the
bait out
maps
some
I watch
aggression on the
FNATIC
other side of the
play,
map or down through mid. Right now, FNATIC don't
maybe it's
seem to
just
be
the
budging
EU
there.
meta. Everyone has a super strong defense, and their attack is like
Initially.
sometimes weird. So
You can see them now starting to take
we
that
saw it in
control.
Icebox
The
with their
fact is, though,
comp.
Angels happy to almost just sit
They
back
lost
and
like
make sure
8-4 or
they can't
9-3,
start
and then
pushing
there's
on
one
that
out
flank.
after on their
Of course,
defense.
not having a chamber, and actually Dark is just going to swing. He has not been
I don't
winning a
know.
lot of these early battles, and Saigetsu has shot him down once more. The aggression
This is true,
FNATIC
too.
is failing. Well, another man advantage
FPX
sits
runs
with the hands of
Killjoy KO.
FPX.
FNATIC runs Chamber no KO. So I think FPX's comp's looking real nice for defense too. If FPX win a few more, it's looking. Where are you going to TP?
How's he getting out of this one? 2
Oh my
seconds,
God,
and
he
they're
has
on
no
top of
chance.
him, just completely overwhelmed.
Feels like
by
they're
the
just countering
execute out of
Boaster over there.
FPX. Into the smoke, that was a brave
But
play
then
from Saigetsu. And
that's
he's
twice
taken
now
by
that we've
still,
seen
the numbers
Saigetsu just
are
push a
even,
smoke and
and
die.
FPX can get this plant down.
That lucky as well. I think the gun actually lands.
At least twice. Twice that I remember.
So actually retrieving it is going to be difficult.
All good.
They
He's
need
young.
someone to pop
He's
off.
playing Killjoy. They don't need him
Europe in
alive.
Heaven might be the man to make the move. They've got the flank covered as well on FPX. They have some solid crossfires ready and waiting for FNATIC to try and make a push here. And the fact is, Xiao's almost baiting them in a little bit, trying to
They
get
have a
them to
Viper
look at
alert
him
that
while
should
Angel
secure the run,
starts
though.
to make that flank him from behind.
is it?
Slowly,
Angel.
you can see the FNATIC
The
side being
3v3 in
locked
sight.
but they haven't managed to take any space whatsoever. So
If
much
Angel
so that
can go
Angel
through
might actually look to lock them out
vents
instead.
and kill them, that would be big.
Well,
He's
making
doing
most
it.
of the way
He's
for
smart.
now. It's whether that
My
pace
man
continues,
Angel.
And actually, as you're saving in the spawn, I don't think he's going to get there in time.
He's playing for orbs.
Valiant attempt still.
That's what Peter would always say when he overheated. I need my orb. I'm a duelist. I'm Jet. I'm Raze. I'm Reyna. I need my ult.
Going to be a strong side for them on any
That's what
map,
he would say.
essentially. The way things are going, I need to see FNATIC step it up next.
They
couple
missed the
rounds.
Omen flash
pressure's
there.
Certainly on.
One of the things I think we noted early in the tournament is that FPX were having like little mistakes, like little angles not checked.
That was Boaster, too.
pieces of utility not being
I don't know how he
played.
went from heaven to
Take
back
that
sight,
B
but he did.
execution and you can't find
Who's
a single
Peter?
problem.
Asuna.
The gravity well, the nade, forcing Boaster out, the swing from Saigetsu to make sure there is literally no
Killjoy
left for
won
him
them
to
3
go.
rounds this
They
half.
couldn't have played
I'd say
that
they won
better.
up 2.
The
I
issue
don't know about
have is
3.
that right now, FNATIC are
I remember
losing a lot of those
2.
early duels. They are trying to face, they are trying to use those aggressive agents, and thus far they have achieved very, very little.
Great early tag. This pretty much tells them about that aggression.
Yeah, like I said, I
attempting
think
towards B-main.
FPX's comp is better on defense right now, but they're just playing better.
There's a blind and a peek
Oh,
out of
the-
Durka. Great attempt, but
For
no
him to just
connection.
hold the orb while he gets
also got the
flashed.
ult.
Yeah, they've scooted out of there.
Dirk was like a second behind.
Massive early fight.
And they've been more than happy to almost execute straight off the back of that null command. Like, basically just utilize it to remove any of the utility that Durka can have. This aggressive position from Mystic, though. As said, they've been so incredibly careful thus far, but the Boombot is not going to clear him. He's in fact going to aggress, take that fight. Mystic only gets 1, though, but he may have bought them that little bit of extra time, as they now have to rotate back away from mid.
Yeah,
Okay.
The thing is, with him going down, FNATIC
We
also
go back
have
to
to
B.
look at mid. They've got that trap up
They
in
didn't see
Heaven, sure,
Durka.
but
Oh, good TP.
Heaven itself, which has been such a massive problem on B Heaven, that's where they're
Double
gonna have
Molly
to commit.
default.
Boaster's
Oh,
up there.
wait.
He's watching that, leaving
Hiko
Durka
maybe?
alone.
Thrifty?
Already found the 1, but he's just outnumbered, and the smokes locked them out.
Who are we
so
rooting for? I'm
another
not really
plan
rooting for
seeming
either
likely
team.
for
I guess
FPX.
honestly FPX just because Angel's my boy, but
I don't think it's quite going to reach, although so close, and he actually lands the headshot
I
to
don't know.
Angel instead. Some of that extra utility gone, and they should have a pretty decent idea.
I still feel like
On the edge of this
just
smoke,
this
though. He's going to swing
bullshit
straight
shot
out, and Boaster is
evens
gone
it out.
again. They know Zipan's here, but it's whether they can clear him, it's whether they can deal with him, and this time
the
they
storyline
can.
for
FNATIC will
FPX,
pull
if
off
they
the
make it to the
retake,
finals, if they win this
finally
whole
get themselves
tournament, right? The
another round on
storyline
that
is
board.
Didn't need to
FPX
use
had to play
anything,
through the
too
group
much
stage
there.
bracket
He
and their
shows
first
up for the
playoff
next
stage
round
bracket
coming out
with
of
a
that one.
stand-in.
At 6-4.
Made it through.
Scoreline's still close. It can go
Their
either way.
fifth
This
came
is
back.
a tough one
Saigetsu
for
couldn't
FNATIC,
get a
certainly
visa
the
or
last
something
couple
in
of rounds.
time. came into the tournament and they won with Sagat. Like, that is a cool storyline.
With the showstopper of their own, Artis back on a null command, and it's been so impactful in some of these previous rounds.
Well, that's the thing. You can see Fnatic now taking themselves a tactical. This is the moment where
if Angel was really your boy, you would have called him and told him to not play Yoru. Okay, look. Leave the man alone.
Because they need this round. They can do a lot of damage to the economy, but also they can edge themselves ever closer to that 6-6.
Leave the poor man alone.
Point, it's anyone's game. If this goes in at an 8-4, I think we start looking at map 2, because FPX look really solid right now.
Yeah,
get your visas early, I guess.
When I mentioned those ultimates,
I mean, I don't really think it's the players' problems. I think if I'm not going to sit here and try to blame Riot by any means, but you know, sometimes the LCQs and like the qualifiers, when you know you qualify, isn't like you don't have like months and months and months. Sometimes I feel like the latest qualifier you have what, like a couple weeks, maybe less than a month, and sometimes getting a visa is you know, takes longer. You do something wrong and you got to reapply, and it's like it could be just a whole mess. Aside from not being able to participate in the last match, oh yeah, that's right. Who replaced them? Nobody. There was something weird where like Sentinels just got like a free buy or so. I don't remember. That was the tournament that I was at.
Why not? You know, the success has been there, like we said, almost every single time.
Like we got the spot, yeah, that's right.
Again, you got to be conscious of B main with how aggressive Dirk has been at times, and the turret destroyed. Certainly going to keep Sagetsu's focus with the rest of the team.
I don't know.
Same old
my brain is.
Last pack through from Zipan, they've smoked
my brain's
off the
hurting today.
Got this control, and you know, this is a real FPX round.
Who are your favorites to win the tournament? Biased PRX.
Again and again, but
they looked insane. They've been looking insane this whole tournament, honestly.
Obviously, the benefit of having that secondary controller, you can do this. You can use your wall as a fake or to try and initiate some individual plays. And right now, it is keeping 3 players on that side of the map.
All right. I'm not going to say we got something different, but we take mid control and then we go into a beast with KO, and Durka is stuck here. Will they clear him this time? Oh, they're doing a good job baiting for him.
He lands the first this time though. There's a second in. The swing not going to be able to do much more, and they might actually be able to bring back Artis.
Okay,
so
they can res. All good.
That this will be a 4v4 scenario, but it's probably one of the better scenarios Fnatic have actually had.
Well, I mean, every null command they use gets
how do they do this
down
retake?
And Artis right back up, so it's just been fantastic to
do they commit raise ult? I feel like you probably should.
Some of these early showstopper early, and Boaster wasn't ready.
Alpha still has his raise ult too. Do you commit it?
Now as Fnatic want to come
I think you do.
falling out of heaven.
I think you have to.
They're going to be in trouble though, because there's players absolutely everywhere. They've thrown down a snake bite on B main, but it's fading. And now that means Artis is coming back, ready to fight. Flash popping out. And Fnatic haven't gotten out of heaven. They're still up here. Eventually.
I think this is a good ult.
Showstopper used, and the nade got one. This could be it. Mystic has a chance. A headshot connected, but the trade
actually so close.
From FPX.
Such a good try.
They will not
nice try, nice try.
Go.
No, they have been superb. Every single time, it looks like it's sort of an even scenario. FPX have come out on top.
All right.
They've been able to basically just put down any of these aggressive plays that
Fnatic have like no money here. They have Viper ult. Or is Viper ult? In NA, Viper always ulted mid, it seemed like. I think the first half, or the first time he ulted was also mid. Mystic. He'll probably ult B main maybe? Hindsight Andy right now, B main ult is good.
Taking space, causing problems.
Hiko, I like the hack. Can I see the inside? Yeah, sure. You want to see it?
Viper's pit B main immediately. We're hearing a tour de
just
force
kidding.
Used up.
Nice try.
Almost got me. Straight down through middle here. Boaster's playing extremely aggressive. Got a lot of players back.
This ult's real nice. I wonder where he put it from. That went in there deep and bled out deep too.
Aren't going for the mid control this time. At least they're doing it on a bit of a delay if they are.
But that's the thing. The Fnatic expected someone to meet them here. Because they've lost this control every single round, but instead there's an adaptation from FPX.
Let's
They're
see.
patient once the utility is put down.
You can't get the orb B main, even though look at how much Killjoy stuff they're putting into the ult so he can't push. I like that. But where do you go? Do you flip the site? That's what a lot of teams normally do. You take Heaven, you just take B, and you just leave the Viper to have B main, you just push spawn. Who cares? I don't know. We'll see. Hindsighting, going A. Nah, it doesn't matter.
Apparently, Angel wins that duel.
That is a nice flash. Artist. That was a sick flash.
I mean, with a judge as well, there's no way he's getting
Sagetsu almost overheating, but not really.
There's barely anyone left on his team.
Oh, I don't
They're
know
not
what he even does.
they might not even expect him here.
I think he's just going to get stuck in the mud, but eventually Zipan is going to put him out. It's left all onto Durka. A first kill and 5 more needed. An extra bullet even used.
100 gifted if you win this, Durka. 100.
Needed to try
200.
and get rid of it, but ultimately just taking damage through the smoke. 70 HP and just
300 now.
To not be suppressed anymore, not quick enough on that flick, and an 8th round is looking inevitable. A superb attacker half.
Would have gave you a lot of gifted there. It's a lot of money. Would have been yours.
Yeah, that's certainly the easiest of first.
Hiko out here gambling.
Don't get the pistol, so no
We're just saying, it's so unlikely, you know.
Will make this incredibly tough going onto the attack. Let's see what our analyst desk thinks about their chances.
An analyst desk.
Thank you very much there, Mitch and Tom. We were wondering what Sagetsu was going to play, and they did make a change. The Killjoy, and my god, Jess, he looks great today.
It's like he knows how to play I mean, not like, we all know that Sagetsu knows how to play all of the Sentinel agents, that's fine. But it's like that no matter what he takes, especially on split, he knows how to harness it to its full
2,000 gifted? No, I mean, that's impossible being B-main with an op.
With his utility,
I don't know.
with his trading skill, with his position.
What do we think about Sagetsu? Is he good? Everyone thinks he's good. I've seen him overheat a lot. I've seen him just like kind of push a smoke and just die.
Yeah, I mean, I think this guy has just been always in the right place at the right time. The trades have been impeccable. I mean, just this is one round as well where you really started to see Sagetsu shine over and over again with the disrespect in B main control.
You know Tarek was signing with Bren? Why would I know that?
Always ready.
This isn't even one of the trade moments either. It's just him having a very
good for him. If it's good for him, that's good.
Like his little buddy there that he can use to be able to commit to that play.
Doesn't really
and he knows that he has power
affect me. Why would I know?
And this is
oh my god, I'm starting to yawn a lot.
On this map on their attack side. Over and over again, you heard Tom and Mitch talking about it as well. The control that FPX had over mid was always
RW, that's how you should play Killjoy and split attack, just farming arms going for kills. No, it's I don't disagree. You're playing an agent that's usually so bad on attack that you just play aggressive. You literally just play Killjoy like it's a duelist. You're like an alt bot, you know. You use your mollies aggressively. You use your
because, for example,
we use your
but you also had Angel over towards A poking him
your alt, and then you just
when that
die.
defensive aggression would hit. He
why not?
Perfectly. There are players on the FPX roster that aren't.
What do you think coaches say when they're losing their strats?
But their smarts are just unbelievable.
I mean, coaches only talk like once or twice a game, and then at halftime too. So
yeah, also Durka and Alpha. Yeah,
it depends on how things are going, as far as like why you're losing the rounds. You know, like if you're losing rounds because your tactics aren't working, whether it's like your timings are off or your players are forgetting the players are forgetting what the strat is, or they're forgetting lineups, or you know they're just getting killed because somebody like pushes through a smoke or something. You know,
yeah, no, they really
just depends. A lot of things could happen as to why a strat isn't working. Maybe you're losing the clutch rounds. That's not really the strat not working. It's probably the strat actually working.
They definitely have more utility in terms of being able to hold back the plays that FNATIC want to make.
How many did that knife? 3?
That firepower, that Alpha duo with Durka can finally step up into this match and maybe grant them that pistol, which
FNATIC needs the pistol.
We've seen the first half play out. Certainly not too much to write home about on the side of FNATIC. This is where they make a difference, make a change.
We need the pistol here.
Seems to be a battleground as they shift their way towards that site.
I don't know, dude. FPX looks like they have such a better defense comp.
A ton of utility in this choke point.
The KO, Fade, or Astra, Raze, like the Killjoy. I don't really know what they can do with their comp.
This is going to give a lot of space, and in fact, the knowledge of anybody there isn't going to be realized. It's a trade initially. Mystic
both
down,
teams lost their Viper.
Lost for the side of FNATIC. Boombot is even going to section things off, but they need to clear this man out of the backlines before they can get anywhere near.
Do they know he's here? Good flash.
Has some supportive utility still, but Durka's managed to slip right past it. He's coming around the edge and will take the kill. Plant for FNATIC should be
how
now
far is your monitor away from your face?
Running it down this ramp, trying to land the shots, but they won't.
It's just
connect.
not super close. I don't know. It's like about the length of my arm. Like from like shoulder to arm, I'd say. However long far that is, you can
gonna have to go right through that good pre-fire, but Boaster's a little better.
You can figure that out for yourself.
Clutch situation and already tagged desperately low. In fact, 1 HP clutch needed. Again, it's Boaster with a triple kill to grant a 5th. FNATIC get that lifeline. They get that start. They
needed that if they want to come back here.
Well, that's it. This pistol right here, what a moment for Boaster to bring up another big round, because he had a couple last
How long is your arm forehead? I don't know.
But, I mean, you can say that across the board.
It's like a foot, yeah. Something like that.
It seems like we're getting a normal second.
He's had at least 2-3 Ks. He may have even had 3.
Maybe a little bit longer for me.
Just be all of his
got long arms.
So just impact rounds out from Boaster, but in all honesty, I don't think he's the man we're really looking
Short
for.
arms?
There are other members of this squad.
I think I have long arms. I don't know. I've never measured my wingspan or anything.
That's going to be a fair amount of information early.
Nobody cheering for FPX feels bad, man. I
I
actually think the crowd...
Wait.
They're cheering for FNATIC.
An easy take for FNATIC in this round, and well for FPX. What can you do?
Spike goes to Alpha. Build up.
How many toes is your monitor? What do you mean, man? Y'all being weird. Y'all being sussy. Little sussy bakas.
Play too aggressive on this, obviously up against the pistols, and hearing a shorty would probably deter any push. And again, we come back to pretty much what we saw in the last iteration of this in the previous half. These guys are just sitting back, playing for exits, looking to make this as costly as they can for FNATIC. So far, there's been nothing lost on that side, bar a few shields here or there, and it doesn't look like much else is changing. Great damage, but still no frag, and it's going to be
nice try, nice try. We might have a... Oh, we're getting some teabags going. Durka on Zypin.
This is where things actually get
Zippin.
Now, unfortunately for them, their orbs have almost been spread evenly across the majority of players. So it's not like they're coming into this with that showstopper. They don't have a tour de force. They don't really have anything to bridge the gap. So again, I feel like it needs to be something a little bit more aggressive. And with the entirety of the team currently setting up outside that A site, I think they're about to try and blitz their way through.
It certainly looks like it. The wall has just gone down and no response out of FPX. Looks like any old day. With paranoia, it could change things. Not sure if that caught Alpha.
All right.
Not Alpha, excuse me, Zipman. Or if he was...
It's funny, FNATIC is going a lot heavy A early.
Only good for the 1 kill, and now this split.
And it's actually working too.
Shrouded stepped up above into the Viper orb. They've caught a free kill in heaven. That blitz play, certainly not the normal running through a choke point.
FPX just went through mid every round. FNATIC is just going A every round.
Sagetsu's still here. He's mid every round. He's just running and spraying. He didn't take a single point of damage while completely blinded, but Durka had his back
How old is Durka? I think he's like 18, right?
Still on the site.
I don't really know. I think my chat knows.
Why have they not taken
Somebody
this
here has to
control?
know.
Why am I still
He's
here
very
on my
young
own?
though.
And he's actually managed to hit a tag.
19?
But again, he's
Yeah,
completely
19.
surrounded. This bonus round is going fantastically for FNATIC, and only one man
19 and bald, yeah. Why? So what? Don't worry about it. Worry about yourself there, bud.
Live down in a telestrator after this, I'll tell you that. Absolutely.
Maybe he just he digs the bald head. You never know.
Nobody went onto the site. They went up above heaven. They got in heaven.
How do you practice dodging flashes? It's like reaction, I guess.
It was.
There's got to be a way out there.
You know when you get like the thought
The more you play, the better you get it.
I would love to know what Sagetsu was thinking there.
I dodging them?
Well, they have heaven. They're in A main. They're behind me, and I'm still alive, and no one has taken the site. You even see him. He's like checking every single angle, trying to get aggressive at the same time because he should have been pressured earlier on. I don't know if that's a plan from FNATIC of almost like, okay, Sagetsu's in God mode.
Making me yawn, sorry.
Everyone else, and then
just exhilarating EU gameplay here.
It was the right play this time around, Tom. I'll tell you that. FNATIC just won away
Durka and
from
Assuna's
their
career trajectory are very
opposition.
similar.
They
True.
needed the pistol.
I agree.
see why.
Durka looks
Huge
older than you.
injection of rounds, giving life to this
Thanks,
roster
I
in the second
suppose.
half. Well, they have earned themselves, presumably, an equalizer. FPX running out of credits.
Can we please get like a split screen of Boaster and Angel in that moment of just Angel like death staring him from across the room?
Yeah,
Was the previous game a close one? No. The last game was Optic versus PRX. The first two maps were pretty one-sided for both teams, and then the third map, PRX just owned.
It's an impossible if that ever does happen. FPX, it looked like they want to fight for mid. Now we saw them take this quite a bit on the attacking side.
What is this emote?
Pistols, you can take the risk and try to blitz out. 4 players ready to crunch in on these angles. But FNATIC not going to be taking that risk.
What are these emotes, man?
In a round like this, I don't mind the sort of group up, mainly because first you don't have much to play with, but also it means that Xiao's gun can go into someone else's hands. The thing is, though, well, for the third
Stop
round
typing
in a row,
it. What's wrong with you?
Pressure in towards the A side, just comfortable stuff from Durka. An easy double kill, going for more.
Durka actually does remind me of like similar to Asuna, like playstyle too. It's like full. Sometimes he'll just full overheat, but he makes it work.
Quite a deficit. Well, FPX, this has to be the response, otherwise this could get out of control.
Not appearance-wise, no, not appearance. I mean, Asuna is younger than Durka, though, right? I think Asuna just turned 18, 1 year younger.
Equalized up as we are. Now we're going to see Sagetsu with a rifle in his hand. The whole FPX roster bringing everything they've got, and a lot of players very close to getting their ultimates online on that defensive side.
Yeah, also all the other... I think that's the most damage I've ever seen anyone take from a snake bite. Just basically trying to bunny hop around it. I think that must...
because of the wall.
I think there... Oh yeah, that was a wall. I was wondering if there was some other utility holding him there, like a grab well or something, but not necessarily sure there was. I think it was just...
Is he turning 19 next to who, Asuna? I don't know. I don't remember what his birthday is. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Asuna's birthday was while he was on the team, and he joined later than this, so...
When it comes to opening jewels, just bear that in mind.
Match kind of boring. It's just very slow and methodical.
Alpha both incredibly low as they go and set up for this push towards the A site. An adjustment from FPX. This time Sagetsu
it is July.
After seeing that
Peter is 19 soon? Really?
He's going to be supporting up in heaven. The paranoia goes through. It only finds one though. Sagetsu can still see plain as day. He'll grab a double, follow up with more. A phenomenal hold coming out of Sagetsu, and he's not done yet. Support from Artis. And that should be the round closed. There you go. FPX answering
Stop the bleeding.
Back. Pretty resounding result.
Yeah, I'd say a Prime Gaming Flawless is about as clean as it can get from them, and I think just the paranoia didn't quite go as far as Boaster wanted it to.
We are 1 month away from seeing...
No. Wait. Either that or he was just stood in a place to adapt from it.
No.
But it's not
That's
quite
not
there.
true.
And well, then you're just looking at Durka
That's not
trying
true.
to basically take a huge risk going
They
through.
feel nice being retired.
But that's the exact sort of round they need.
I'm glad that I'm retired and watching this tournament from home, as opposed to still being a pro and having to watch the tournament from home. Does that make any sense?
There are some high impact ults.
I think the logic is there.
Yeah, this round could definitely get dangerous.
Does that mean? That's not mean. That's like, bro, imagine all these teams that are qualifying for LCQ, but like they want to watch these matches, but like they can't because they have practice.
Because look at Boaster! He's fully completed the TP! They've conditioned them to play in heaven, and now he's gone onto the site and said, okay, yeah, you guys can have heaven. Yeah, we'll take the site this time around. Great lockdown, grabbing them a bit of control.
Is that gonna get him? Did he find a little hole? Oh, the nade was so late. That nade would have killed him too if they threw it faster.
Already using that paranoia, and it seems like they're still pushing with him, trying to fight back. A good trade out from Durka, but the sprint across give Angel a couple of kills, and the remaining 2 were still completely outside of this one. The question is, do they want to start trying to
4v2.
around this? Still time,
how do we win this?
But for now, at least, FPX have them locked in. You can see Xiao all the way down the bottom of mid, just watching in case they try and move back.
But the heart is still just tucked in that corner. The great crossfire he has with Zipan, the heaven control on Angel, like you said, there's so little for FNATIC to exploit. And well, he has been spotted and taken down. A 3K from Angel, his orb completely stalling the A push. It's a textbook round from the IGL, and double digits for FPX because of it.
I think the other thing as well for FPX in that round is...
What team members do you along with the most over the years? Ever?
Put into play. They then have the nade for basically the only safe spot. And then
maybe simple, honestly.
Stuck outside. And again,
I don't know if I was ever like close friends with somebody like that close, other than with simple.
Always close, Mitch.
primers.
More in the tank. I'm looking
Underdog
at
with the
that
Twitch
tour
Prime.
across.
Thanks,
Durka now
dude.
sat at the top of the board, at least for his team. Can he get them another one?
He's certainly looking to play with that tour de force moving around, and that's a problem.
I'm not reading that copy pasta.
Back up and online. More conventional Viper ult coming through this time. It's around mid, and we've seen this many times from.
Yeah, you're my only viewer. Got it. All good.
Oh my!
So close.
20 HP. Well, never mind the control. It's time to back out of there. They're gonna get
What's up, Brave?
Up. He can't stay aggressive anymore.
Oh, and Xiao's actually got an operator in this round.
Diff right there.
Ready for Durka to make the move. You can see Enzo tempted. Of course, no weaponry really to be found in this position. Now, he does still have a full belt of utility, but it's whether he wants to use much of it or save it for some
Minimal op diff. I'm telling you, y'all roast me when I use that skin. The skin is actually sick. All the minima skins, they're all cool.
They can get the heaven control here from FNATIC. Get the timing right. They've been detected.
I have to pee again. I know this game is dragging on when I already have to pee and I haven't even made it through one half.
Started to move to the top of ramp. That's going to keep Zipan in position. He's down below.
That's my timer at this point.
Hearing the steps now. Do they clear it? No. They're too focused on getting to the site. 14 seconds left, and now they're dropping on him. Somehow
they gonna lose this round?
Still coming out on top.
Are they actually gonna lose this round, FPX?
8 seconds left.
Nah.
The plant needing to come through. Mystics just about made it. He's planting as we speak. They need to deny it, and they will. The snake bite lands in time, and the round will be won.
What's wrong with your bro? I've already drank over 2 liters of water in today in 5.5 hours.
Basically had them locked into just a place they wanted them to go. Like this kill at least made it.
I got a healthy stream of pee, okay? When you drink a lot of water, you pee a lot, and that's all you got to know, okay? That's all you got to know.
To the slaughter, FNATIC fell once again. A last-ditch effort now. This could be the final buy we see from them in this
2 liters in 5 hours is barely enough. It's over 2 liters.
We saw it in the previous series. This time it gets nothing.
Now we got to look elsewhere.
Suck nade.
FNATIC are going to try to retake this control, but Zipan, he's not giving up an inch.
Oh,
Showstopper,
he didn't.
Angel.
Dude, I've seen ults that are closer than that didn't kill. But
Viper's pit online. Enzo still with a nightfall. Whether they even get to use it though.
Wait. Oh my gosh. No.
A rocket, but he won't find a connection. Does land on the Mystic. Lands. No. Not onto Alpha here. I don't know how that shot managed to.
Man, if you that was so good that who was it? Was it Boaster? Whoever was mid that baited the actual raise to shoot him instead of his 2 teammates there. That was actually huge. This guy's dead.
He's gonna go back.
It's 3v2 though.
Being wrapped around on, trying to find the shots here, and they've managed to isolate.
He did such a good job of living for so long there. They can't plant.
They so desire it, but the utility is good from FPX, forcing them back at least for the moment. Enzo holding onto that operator, trying to stop them as they come through heaven.
30 seconds left.
Use the flash to post up on
so right now they know that they're both in sight because they saw the fade with the off.
Shot from Enzo and Alpha follows up.
It's the double swing.
The dynamic duo taking a 9th, just 2 away from FPX. It's not lost yet.
These rounds, they've got to make you sweat if you're a FNATIC fan. Always coming so close every single time, and in fact, actually, FPX are going to be the ones to take a pause. You have to almost look at the ult that comes out here on the side.
If he shot middle, there they win. Probably, yeah, because he almost for sure kills both of those 2 on the left. But the problem is, I mean, he doesn't know. He knows for sure the raise was there because he heard the raise satchel.
Absolutely.
But are you gonna try to guess where the raise is on the wall? Or are you going to shoot the guy that's going to probably shoot at you from mid? So yeah.
Pressure's certainly being felt at this point. I'm taking a look at their economy though, Tom. Even after they've bought most of these players.
This is still the first game, yeah.
2K.
That's what I'm saying. I got to pee already. I haven't even made it through the first map and I already got to pee.
The next map is
it's just the difference. It's the difference in meta, the difference in style of European teams versus pretty much any other region. Europe is probably the slowest region as far as like the speed at which their top teams play. You see a lot. We saw a lot of like 15, 20 second
That does, however, mean that
executes on
split
bomb
is
sites.
almost a
So
necessity. They've probably made
yeah.
adaptations. They've
I can
tried
hold
to
it,
change
it's fine.
things up to counter Fnatic, but whether they've been able to do that, I doubt. So currently 11-9 in the lead. They are taking things very, very seriously because the last time they played this, they lost it in OT 15-13.
There's certainly no stranger
Hiko,
to
eat
Fnatic
something
creeping
with salt or
back up
stop
onto
drinking
the
so much
series
water.
or
It's not
mount.
healthy.
Two behind
Who
as
axed?
Fnatic mount this
Sorry,
attack,
that's
and
mean.
FPX will look to stand strong this time. And same snake
I
bite.
was like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to stand there at the beginning of the round.
Yeah, it's certainly saving him a little bit of hassle. They'll go out to fight for the control afterwards.
But also who
Field
axed?
coming up towards Vents. Boombot to clear close. And Angel's already given away his position, but they're more than aware that there can be
We're
someone
delaying,
around
we're
here
still
through
delaying.
the smokes with the Phantom.
Fnatic is taking mid control still.
He's pushed back eventually.
Did the classic Durko walked
Took
into
control early,
vent alone?
but you can tell that this is something Fnatic
Usually off vent you split A,
very
but
happy
maybe
to
they go
give up.
B and the vent guy
They still have
lurks.
this
We'll see.
protocol with Sugetsu, having
Isn't
the
Alpha a
turret
sub?
and
No.
himself watching
I think he was like a newer pickup and everyone thought he was like one of the best players.
God, Artis and his knives have just been
Oh, man.
absolutely ridiculous. I feel like he's catching players almost every single time.
Did that actually
Just
scan
getting
them or
those
no?
little extra bits of information that they need to start stacking up into this site. You can even see the
a
counter
good
is
molly,
perfect.
dude.
They've just thrown in the Nightfall, and he's thrown in extra utility to make sure they can't get that little bit further. A
Okay,
grab
so-
pull as well. That ultimate basically became useless, but the
Wait.
entries still go their way. Once
Wait.
more, though, Saigetsu looks to swing it back. Sat in this corner, they know he's there.
Oh my
Another
god, he
mid
kills
shot,
3.
and
Oh my
somehow
god, he
he
kills
comes out
4.
with
Oh my god, he
turret.
aced with the
Even
turret.
finishes it from the ace.
Dude.
A truly ridiculous round.
Oh
from
my
Saigetsu.
god.
There's a
I wanna
reason
see a
that we
replay.
said we wanted to see FPX at full
They just
force
didn't
when we
kill the
last saw them
turret. That
against
turret was
Fnatic.
shooting for like
No
20
shade to the
seconds.
Substitute, but it really just you cannot
shooting now.
replicate the impact that Sugetsu brings to a server.
He's literally just not peeking and just nobody wants to kill the turret because they think they're gonna he'll swing off the turret.
He's literally on 1 HP. Timmy the turret comes out to finish off the round, but that
He
is
just goes,
unbelievable. Put any other player in that
kill the
scenario,
turret,
they would
man.
not come out
That's
with
just
even
what do
two.
you mean?
Yeah, one and done.
He actually is playing
I
Killjoy
wouldn't
kind
say
of like a
about neither,
duelist
but one and done
in a
would
way.
mean probably what you expected, but
I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
giving it 12 to FPX.
Aggressive
Finding
Killjoy
some info
plays.
here for Zip and nade
It's a good
through.
nade.
That's some pressure for Durka. He's going to be taking a bit of damage. Luckily, TP's out. But that control then, because of that, denied completely. Fnatic
I've
is
seen it
able
in
to top
silver.
round control.
I'm sure you've seen all the things in silver.
Might even try to retake it. They're walking out here with 2.
They almost wanted
Oh,
that.
and then we overheat
Won that
on
with a
their
Spectre.
bonus and we lose
How
the
is he
fight
winning
to a
that with a
Spectre.
Angel peaks, does 0 damage, and goes down to the Spectre.
That sucks, man.
Of Durka. They needed something like that in this round. Their bias
Viper,
stinks.
Angel,
The main
come
goal
on.
They have is to try and get into an afterplan.
So now they're
That's
going
why
to stack
you're
towards
seeing FPX
A.
take on
Killjoy's going to play
control. They don't
B.
want to allow
Their
that Viper
retake
pit to
looks
go
like
down,
they
but
do have Killjoy
unfortunately,
ult, so
they
there's
lost
no
Angel
point
in
to
the
play on
process.
B if we're going to
Durka
plan to
picking that
play the
opening
Killjoy
goal.
ult post plant. They don't
Reset
have
for
anything
Fnatic.
to kill the Killjoy ult. Also, it might be a mistake for the Viper to ult B this round, but you kind of have to use it. They're faking the A, but Killjoy also early ulted B. Does it kill it? It doesn't. You can't really take any space off of it either. Oh, I guess you're going to. He goes for the lone.
Right down below him, but he's being caught by the paranoia. Goes forward, but Mystic catches him. Good security.
All
from
good.
Fnatic.
We're duelist
With that,
Killjoy.
they
All
should have
good.
a plan.
Nice try. Nice try. We're Killjoy
They're
duelist here.
messing around though. They're going to throw out that Viper's pit
Sometimes-
basically to just make sure that there is no real chance for FPX to come back into this one.
I don't know.
Especially with the spot
I don't
they're
have
already
anything
in.
to
It
say
seems like
to
maybe
that
a
one,
little bit of a
honestly.
waste, but they can't afford to have any slip-ups, any mistakes versus this squad at the moment. And well, I think we're almost witnessing a game of if we kill Saigetsu, we win. Which is, I don't think we've ever seen anybody have this level of performance.
FPX
at
needs
this
to
stage
live.
with
Their
Formula.
money
You're
is
talking
so
about the
bad.
likes
Or
of
not, sorry,
EA,
FPX.
maybe
Fnatic needs to
Chronicle,
live.
A Nat, someone like that who can actually pull you through rounds.
Here comes the Boaster
I
lurk.
think he's like, I think he might be something along the lines of either 9 or 10.
Trying to
kills
change
above
the timing?
everyone else.
Yeah, the stats line
Yeah, but
certainly
he-
is ridiculous.
maybe
For
maybe
such a
he
close
just
game as well,
did
having a
it
player
too
pop
late
off like that,
because
it is
he just did it at the normal
Keep him
time because he
alive.
caught the
That
omen
round
the omen
window,
flash,
well,
right?
keeps Fnatic
He
in
could have done that way earlier
digits,
and
2
might have
behind.
beat the timing, but
He closes
by the
in,
time he actually
FPX had
decided he
that
was going to do that,
wealth of
he was like
buy up
3
here,
steps
the
behind
operator
and a little
back
too
through,
late.
as we saw in the previous 26 and 14. And that is just ridiculous out of Sugetsu. This man
The
wants
Killjoy
to win.
carry.
He's here for the victory.
As the oldest, most experienced player in the entire tournament, Angel has died first so many times. I feel like every time I watch FPX, Angel has no fear and doesn't mind just running out and dying first. I feel like it's by design. He knows he's the weakest player on the team. He knows he... Why send Zippin in there to go and like satchel in and die when you can just have your old boomer that's playing the kind of the lurk controller stay alive late into the round. I think it probably is by design because he does that on every map pretty much. This might be over. This might be a GG. This might be a GG. That's mean, Hiko. I love Angel though.
They might be able to isolate one. At least Durka comes up with 2 back. A quick swing.
How does it go from 5v3 to just 3v3? At least Angel, you know.
You might even want to go back.
Oh, Enzo! He has no notion of respecting Sugetsu in this one. The challenge taken. With that,
that is a wow. How does he win that fight? He just like randomly flicks and one taps him.
Wow. Okay, I was gonna say Xiao might kind of catch him by surprise.
Little cringe.
Maybe gets a free angle, but they've heard it.
It seems like Fnatic are winning every single duel. They shouldn't. A swing after a nade comes through. Xiao, he's ready though. Already Durka down. Now they don't need to peek this. They don't need to face versus him. He's even going to be caught out. Not able to move. Horn coming through. Rifle retrieve. The time is ticking. And now his position is given away.
1v2.
He needs to do this in a split second and he's not going to be able to. Fnatic.
Are we going to OT?
They were, and they bring it back.
High flash for Mystic.
I was worried after the first half, Tom.
Is that the Mystic flash thing that lost them the major? Is that a pun on that?
Just the last hurdle.
Yeah, you're
oh,
what?
Sorry, can I see that 7 more times? What?
Even though you paused it.
Yeah, I get what she means, but we're talking about. Yeah, no, chat. I got that, but it's a pun on the, you know, the Mystic flash in the finals. Yeah.
It has to be this one. FPX facing down the barrel of an overtime. This defensive side has not been kind to them. You said it in the first half, Tom. They're known for their attacks. It's where they build up the rounds. I don't think they're going to be able to live with that excuse if they end up in an OT here.
No, and I don't think they want to be going to an OT versus Fnatic. Historically, it's not been great for them. Durka, though, he's looking for that.
They need to not get picked off by Durka here.
Definitely saw the legs of Saigetsu. You can see that for now, at least, there isn't much of a rotation at all. The space being taken, though, could be a nasty surprise. You can see the jump spot coming through from Ardis, but again, it's whether or not they've actually spotted this cross.
I don't think they have just yet. And that jump spot might be heard here. Durka seems to be looking for it. Yep, there you go. But just at that moment, he walks away. Doesn't know how lucky he is. Other side of the map, though. Alpha in with a big kill. Sugetsu falls. The A defender.
The crowd really wants Fnatic to win this.
Everything is falling apart. It looks like we might have an overtime on our hands. Ardis does his best to make sure they close it
why
here.
Are we jinxing here, buds?
In the end, the Xiao Show needs to return.
Whose pick is this? This is FPX's pick. You can see up at the top left.
A few more rounds to split to go.
Well, they did lose one earlier in the tournament.
Man, I have to pee, and we're going to overtime.
So much for this man to do. They should have completed this in regulation. They should have got themselves a map up, but we are heading
okay, now I go
OT.
pee. There's a little bit of a break,
on
right?
split.
Oh my gosh.
Did you expect anything less?
Hey, listen, we heard it from the analyst desk starting out this one. We're going to be here all night.
Yeah, has anyone in the crowd got places to be?
I hope not.
That's the question I'm asking right now. Anybody got places to be?
I think
we're going to be here a while.
That's for sure. That is for sure. Looking at these two teams, I would not accept anything less. The question is, can that FPX attack return to former glory? They looked fantastic half number 1. Fnatic have a 4-1 record when facing OT in stage 2. FPX just behind them on 3-2.
The thing is, though, I'm pretty sure there's a bigger stat of Mitchman and curses.
Now, let's not start
the fact that you read that out probably puts Fnatic in a little bit of danger.
All right, don't
We'll have to wait and see.
Oh, this could be a dangerous combo at the start. There were a couple players from FPX here for that C's nade, but it's not going to find anything. It's not going to be even thrown out. Holding it out, FNATIC. Up in hand, Durka, though, not going to get to use it. The smoke blocks him out. They're going to start to seize this same control we've seen from FPX time and time again. Durka avoiding getting caught. Now he can play a bit more aggressive, Tom. He can be a bit more comfortable. He's dodged that boom bot altogether, and there's the opening pick.
All right, I'm back.
Wise play by Durka.
Do you have the audio
now
cut
FNATIC
off? No.
don't have as much pressure on their shoulders in these later duels. But Tom, they're pushing up on A.
Can you not hear? You can hear.
These B players are now ready.
What did I miss? How did Zippin die already? The crowd went crazy, actually?
They just sent a prowler all the way through. You can see instantly that rotation back to watch.
All 53 people in the crowd excited. Okay, you can't keep making... We make those jokes all day.
Have been figured out, at least for now. But they're going to start making their move back towards that A site once again. That aggression that was taken from FNATIC may have given them early results. But for now, the majority of their players are on the wrong side of the map.
It's a big nade, maybe.
Coming through, it could deal some damage. It definitely slows down a couple of players, but time might not be the biggest of constraints. Still 22 seconds on the clock. FPX definitely need to get moving, but they want to pick first. They haven't been able to weasel one out. They're going for some screens control. That's been spotted. So the players on site should be ready, but it's all down to timing. And Artis is spotted, winning the opening. A good shutdown from Alpha, and Enzo slows.
Spikes down.
Wait.
Spikes down. Enzo's got 3. He won it on the clock, but he wanted to win it with the bullet.
This guy's insane.
One more to go.
Oh my god.
What? This man is reaching
Wenzo.
new heights here in overtime.
Who shoots long ways through that? The man was just like, okay, well, the round's done. I might as well go for something audacious. And they're now sat in the lead.
Look at this.
There were so many opportunities for FPX to take this over the line.
Dude, his aim is so clean there.
It's his own
so
horse
clean
that gets him the information. Every single piece of utility, perfect. The positioning of that crossfire as well. And well, FNATIC, they know how to put on a spectacle.
I mean,
FPX, though,
I like it.
To go down without a fight. Now, I'll say Sagetsu, he was right at the top of the board. I don't think he's had a kill in about 6 rounds.
Enzo MVP with the tournament? I don't know about that. I wouldn't go that far yet, but
to put up those insane numbers, this team is starting to fall a little bit flat.
Look, Tommy, it's only 1 round, but the reality is
that's a
attack round
timeout.
for FPX.
The noise 54 people can make. Okay, man. Okay.
They need to figure this out. There were so many rounds on their defense that they just looked uncomfortable. They were able to put the pressure onto them. We can't see that happen here.
Who won the Optic game? Not Optic, that's for sure.
A minute to have a discussion and
okay, from this angle, is this the whole? Is that the whole crowd? I'm not gonna lie, I didn't check the. I didn't see at the very beginning. Was that everyone?
That's a little bit too crazy. This is the time to throw.
Or is there another part?
They needed the most, even just something to bring
That's
them
all
back,
of them.
Pump them up. And while I'm sure FNATIC are already
the grand finals is already sold out, though. I mean, we'll see.
We saw it in the reactions, right?
We'll see.
Getting loud,
we'll see.
Winning out a big play like that.
Come on, FNATIC. Close them out. Y'all got this.
Defense, as we said, certainly not the strongest facet of their.
I wonder what is the. I mean, how many people does it seat?
Very little movement.
75. Enough with that. Enough about that. There's got to be other seating places, though, right?
They have so much utility on that A site that they basically just need to deny heaven. Now, bear in mind, in pretty much every single one of the rounds we saw an A site take, it wasn't an A site take, it was a heaven take.
He fakes for info and didn't see anything. So what does he do off of that? Look at how much utility they have at A, though. Look at what the mini-map just looks like at A. You have stars, you have all Killjoy stuff. That is a mess on the map.
Don't give them anything. Don't make a predictable reaction here, because that's what FNATIC will be looking for. 40 seconds, sub 40 left on the clock.
Imagine you had one shock dart, you kill everything in one shot.
Got the information they needed. Look at this
good delay.
Utility from FPX. They've been
this is the problem. This is the problem. You're trying. These guys are trying to execute at 20 seconds and haven't baited out anything. But Angel just swings and whiffs and dies.
Two instant kills coming through for
Artis is maybe the It's
trying
over.
his best to fight
Bro.
through, but it will be a 2
It makes-
versus 4. The FPX
wait,
need
that's-
to win. Can they deny the plant? That might be enough. They have stopped it for a second, and they got it! They've stolen it away!
my
There's no
gosh.
plant coming through!
I don't know if that's a repeatable round right there,
Leave it.
but they've done enough. They've claimed another overtime off the blast
What
pad.
can you do about that?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Alpha did that earlier in the tournament on Hayden. He
might be right.
literally,
I think
I'm
you're
pretty
right.
What
sure
can
he
you
did
even
the
do
exact
about that
same
though? You
play,
can't shoot it midair.
and that has just been stolen. That round was a 4 versus 2, and they went in with 8 seconds.
You literally
ready to
can't
plant.
do anything
Zipan
about it.
Got that spot on. The biggest plays.
Do you body
the
block
biggest
it?
players
Do you
in the
body block the
biggest
second one?
moments.
I don't know. Don't plant default.
EMT continues.
I mean, I guess you
Time
could plant
numbers
over
I mean, we
here and you
warned
can't really
you looked
satchel
at
if
that
the
last
smoke
round
is
and thought
good.
it was,
Yeah,
Just plant
cancel
here.
your dinner
Tidied up.
reservations.
But then he can
If
come
you
out and
had
just
any
pre-fire and
already,
kill you.
Cancel them.
Yeah.
You will miss them.
I don't know. They waited till like 20 seconds and they had to deal with double Viper Molly and KO Molly into Mail.
Going for their mid control nowhere near as quickly.
Well,
but
so what do
they're
they-
also not
ah,
canceling out
play
Viper
faster,
as well.
forehead?
Utility early Durka right up on this corner. Sugetsu's
Uh-oh.
close to getting a
Best
fight,
player
just a
versus best
pixel
player. Who
lead.
wins?
He doesn't want to overextend just yet.
Oh,
But
the
the timing is
timing.
terrible. He's moving back. That space
He's
now
about-
being
he's about to
seized.
die.
Good kill by
He's about to
Durka,
die.
but the side
he's just
disappeared. That is unbelievable.
timing.
I don't even know that was supposed to be. Maybe heard the steps, something like that.
The timing of this round is insane.
Jesus is killing everyone with wallbang. Zipan's able to trade one back, but getting a plant is going to be difficult. Xiao needs to defend instead. It's left
dead.
all onto Saigetsu, and he can only do so much. FNATIC take the lead once again.
I mean, it should be over right now.
Bear
Right?
in mind, Mitch,
Fnatic should have
the
won.
last
It should be
time
done.
They played this
GG.
map. The scoreline was 15 to 13.
And who
Is
took that down?
history about to repeat itself because it was FNATIC?
That could be a pretty sour taste in FPX's mouth
Ooh.
right off the bat. I mean, you don't want to be coming in, having the game in your
I'm starting to
control, in
believe
your grasp.
that
I
Enzo
heckin'
actually
love
has ball
something.
Back.
Because he's just killing people through walls at this point. Now, a lot of it's off his own utility.
Would
but
any
it's
of you ever
truly
go to a
ludicrous.
crowd, like an esports crowd, and
He's
hold
able
up a
to
sign
fight.
like that?
Saigetsu has hit 30.
And if you did, what would it say? That's the question. No.
Madness how much he's
No.
able to do.
Nope.
But again,
No.
FPX, they
No
needed to take the
chance.
side round. They managed it last
Why
time on
not?
delay. That was all.
Paranoia immediately Fnatic a space.
Good counter flash.
But they're looking everywhere. There's players on A side as well. We've seen this from
I gotta
They
pee,
like that
Hiko.
global presence. They like to put the pressure on. and
Shroud
try to
is
force a
daddy?
misstep
What the heck?
On the other side, it's Angel from miles away.
At least, I mean, this is... FPX's bread and butter would just go mid. Fnatic's bread and butter would just go A. But at least Fnatic is like going fast and getting out FPX's utility, which is what FPX didn't do. They already got KO Molly, they got KO Knife. They're gonna now it looks like they're gonna re-hit.
Managed to TP away
What do
just
they
a
have
bit.
still?
Because
Two
of that,
Killjoy
Zero
Mollies,
Point has actually given full
one
support
Viper
to the
Molly.
other side. They've left almost completely just
They have
because of that
Raise-Nade?
0 point. They
Oh
think they've
my
been baited.
gosh.
Once again, Saigetsu is the only man anywhere
killed one of the
near.
Mollies?
And while
Oh,
this
man.
afterplant looks like it's going to be for free, there is no one here to deny
Oh,
it.
they're playing the full
Main
retake.
backside's
The
clear.
5v5 retake on split.
They got the reveal up and onto it, plant coming through, and practically
How
no
do you
denial
win
for
this?
FPX, and
Where
can see
do you
Fnatic not
play?
planting in a
There's
normal
too many
spot. I
people
wonder
in
why.
sight here.
Is it that
Two
utility
sight,
last
two
round
hell,
that was given the- or
and one
last,
big
attack
flank.
round gave them a little bit of a nightmare.
I don't like the setup here, and they know
Ten
they're
by
hell.
Saigetsu, it comes close.
And the Raze does not have a
Almost
nade
got
at least,
reloading. That
but
could have been a disaster.
It's a battle of fine margins,
Oh,
but it's
big
going
kill.
to take the first. They've also killed off artists as
GG
well.
go next.
It
What's
seems to
next
be
map?
falling apart
Bind?
for FPX. They need a hero. They need someone to step up here to give them an opportunity. Xiao might be that man. A first kill onto the board. Zipan with another as well. They need to get in onto this site, and quickly as it is, Boaster though will drop another. Angel has brought it back once again. It's left onto the IGL. TPing away.
Huge
He's
CC.
managed to avoid it, and the time is already gone. FNATIC
Respect
are gonna take
on
map
Boaster,
number one.
trying to knife him.
15-13. History has repeated itself
Respect.
again.